Hey guys, it's your girl Nosh. Welcome back. Thank you so much for watching and tuning in. Thank you so much for sending all the healing energy. I'm feeling so much better today. Thank you so much for the prayers and the healing that you guys sent and the comments. You guys know I love your comments. Thank you so much. This video is about Saturn return. I was like thinking about it. That we're pretty much Saturn is in Capricorn, so I was kind of feeling that maybe I should do a video on Saturn return and explain to everybody what a Saturn return is, who doesn't know it or doesn't understand it. So this video is going to be very important for the generation that was born between 1988 and 1991, because you guys are going through your Saturn return now. What is a Saturn return? Saturn return is when Saturn comes back to the same place it was at the moment of your birth. So if you were born in 1988, from 19 till 1991, Saturn was in Capricorn. So that was 29 years ago. Right now, in today's actual date, it was 29 years ago. So you guys probably started having your Saturn return happen 2017, because I know Saturn moved into Capricorn December 29th to 2017, and it's going to stay in Capricorn till December 17th, 2020. So we got one more year. Now, if you're wondering how this is affecting you or what's the importance of Saturn returning, it's basically coming back to make you grow up. It's coming back to discipline you. It's basically helping you understand the things in life that you need to let go of. You need to stop building towards, stop investing towards. This could even go for where you live, where you work, who you're dating. Some marriages, end around this time. If you got married, straight out of high school or straight out of college, and now you see that you're having problems. Unfortunately, people grow out of people and grow out of feelings. And I don't know why my voice just dropped right there. But yeah, it's tough. It's tough. But it's good too. How is it good? It's good because, do you really want to be somewhere where you have no growth? Do you want to be somewhere where someone's holding you back? Like, say you work somewhere, right? You've been working here a long time, and you're not getting a raise. You're not getting the respect that you deserve. You're not getting the recognition that you deserve. Saturn will come in, and either you get fired from this job or you quit this job. Something's gonna happen where you're gonna lose it. If it's not fitting your highest purpose, it's gonna be demolished, because that's what Saturn does. It comes in and it literally wrecks anything that's not built on good foundation. Saturn is the demolition man. So if you're in a relationship that you've been dating someone for a long time, and you turn around and you see you keep having problems, there's no happiness. You have like 3-4 days of happiness, or I'm sorry, 2 days of happiness, and then the rest of the week is you guys arguing and fighting. Where you been, where you going, who are you seeing, da 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 da. Or the factors that people argue, in relationships. I personally think arguments are just waste of energy. But it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Saturn is gonna exalt it so much for you, especially if the person is not meant for you. They're going to try to show you over and over, this is who you're with, and do you really want to be with this? Sometimes, in some cases, like I was talking about marriages, Saturn will come in and cause a divorce, where someone that you've known for such a long time, and trust me, I've seen this happen firsthand to a friend of mine, where she was dating this guy in high school. First love, first everything. She married him after college, I believe it was. I think they both finished college and they got married. And Saturn return happened for both of them. And now they're no longer together. They're actually, this is their first year apart. I think, yeah, it's going to be about a year since they've been divorced now. Or I think, yeah, it's almost going to be a year next year that they're going to be divorced. But now, when I met this couple, they were so happy, you know, like they were just so like, it's like what you know, what you aspire to be or aspire to want in your life, you know. But as soon as Saturn, you know, return came for both of them, because they're that 88 and 91 generation, um, I saw the possessiveness come into place, the obsession come into place, the controllingness come into place. Saturn will pull out the darkness of whatever you're focusing on. Like if you're in school, you've been, you know, in this class, or you've been taking this major, and now all of a sudden you're feeling that you don't feel like you are even interested in this major anymore. You're going to change majors. You know, everything that you invested into this major, you're going to kind of like be like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna do something else. That happened to me, where I started off with paralegal, and I ended up graduating with my psychology, my BA in psychology. And I remember when I started, it was funny because I thought I wanted to be a paralegal. I figured I'll be a paralegal, and from a paralegal I'll be a lawyer, you know? Why not? It's cool. It's awesome. But then I remember, something in me changed, where I was like, this happened to me when I was 27. Something changed, and I felt that I wanted to, instead of defend people, I wanted to help them in another sense. No longer defending them, but like guiding them instead. So, same thing, working with people, but different suit. Instead of defending, guiding. So this is what happens, because who you were when you were 12, 13 is not going to be the same person you are at 27, 28, 29. Because what Saturn does is it comes in and it sets you up for the next 29 years. So my friends who are 29 right now, who are between the ages of 27 and 29, this is going to happen again when you're 60. It's going to ask you again, everything that you've built, you know, the foundation that you've built. Are you okay with this? And just keep in mind, because if you do not heed the warning of Saturn around this time for yourself, you're going to repeat it again when you're 60. So instead of getting divorced with someone today, or breaking up with someone during this time period, it's going to be even nastier if you continue, you know, like, just think about what you're in right now. And if it's toxic right now, it's going to get worse. The coming years, it's just going to get so much worse. This is where you have a lot of those couples in the 60s where they get divorced and they finally find the love of their life. Because when they were 29, Saturn tried to show them, this is not the love of your life. No. And then, but you don't want to listen. Humans, damn it. But yeah, no, so Saturn is all about just coming back and reminding you, like, you know what? You're grown now. You know, you have to mature. You have to be a big girl, a big boy now. So what happens, like specifically when Saturn returns? A lot of people move locations. A lot of people move back home or move out of home, you know, or move out of their parents' house, move into their own places. A lot of people will move out from where they are. A lot of people will break up. Well, that's a given. That happens every time. That doesn't have to have a Saturn return for that to happen. But if you do break up during a Saturn return, I would suggest not going back or not trying to work that relationship out, because that's the universe basically throwing up its hands and saying you guys are not supposed to be together. A lot of times you will find yourself Now, there are success stories. There are success stories of Saturn returns as well too. Like you will probably buy, your first property at this time, or you're probably, your business will, finally take off the way it's supposed to, because Saturn gives it that kind of like that lift off for it to start flying. Again, if all these things are worth your higher purpose, or I'm sorry, that they're helping your higher purpose, they're going to flourish. If they're not good for you or your higher purpose, just understand they're going to be knocked out, knocked away. They're going to be subtracted out of your life. And the subtraction, when that happens, that's the part where you have to ask yourself, am I okay with this? A lot of times people have a hard time going through a Saturn return is basically because it's hard for them to let go of something. The signs that have a hard time, off the top of my head, I'm going to tell you right now, is Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio. I want to say Aries. Sometimes Aries has a hard time. Capricorn definitely does not have a hard time. They know if something's not good for them, they let it go. I love that about Capricorns. Capricorns, no. I think Aries is good too, because these two signs, I admire and respect the most, Capricorn and Aries, because once something is not fitting them or is not good for them, they will let it go. Granted that it takes Capricorn a little bit longer to get there, because Capricorn, will try to help you, or try to work it out in the relationship. But then once they're done, they're done. Aries, shoot, you fuck up once, they're done. Not, I mean, fuck up once, but like if they're not feeling it anymore, they're out. You know, so that's good. That's one good thing about that. Um, Leo has a hard time because Leo is so used to routine and being comfortable. What other sign did I say? So Capricorn, same thing, because Capricorn, no, not Capricorn, Scorpio. The reason why Scorpio has a hard time is because it gets so attached. Scorpios are very emotional. Even though they hide it a lot, they're deep thinkers. They're deep feelers. Um, they're like an onion, though. But the Scorpio's mentality is, I peeled all my onions now. I mean, I peeled all my layers back for you. And I'm sticking with you now. You know everything about me. You're mine. This is it. One thing Scorpios fail to understand is because all that time they took in shedding their layers, sometimes they're shedding their layers for the wrong person. And that's where Saturn return comes in for these people, and it asks them, like, look, I understand that you invested your time here. I understand that you invested your emotions, but was it really worth it? Are you getting anything good out of it? Are you happy right now? Are you more happy, or are you more depressed? And that's what a Saturn return does. In every single area in your life, it will ask you the biggest question that I think we need to ask ourselves every day. Am I happy in this situation? Does this situation bring me joy? Does this person bring me joy? Does this job bring me joy? Does living with these people bring me joy? We are supposed to be living in joy constantly. I don't mean to sound like a preacher, but it's the truth. When we are constantly not experiencing joy, two things. It's either because we're not seeing it, because we're so busy trapped in the past that we are not seeing joy itself, because joy is always there. It's us who turn away from it. Second thing, am I so attached to this situation or this person, this place, this item, this thing, that I know joy is there, but I'm just too stubborn to let this go? Because at the end of the day, it's all ego, to be honest with you. Are you egoic enough to kind of, be such a masochist that you'd rather sit there, or I'm sorry, be a sadist and sit there and take it? Don't you want to be happy? And that's what Saturn does. That's basically what it fits in for. It causes that discipline for you to evaluate your feelings, to ask yourself, am I really happy here? That's basically it, to be honest with you. It doesn't take away anything that isn't that's good for you, and instead it'll, like I said, it'll make it abundant. It'll expand it a little bit more. Not expanding it to the point where Jupiter does it, but Saturn will sit there and help you uncoil yourself. I love Saturn. I respect Saturn so much because it is the house, the planet of karma. Um, it is the planet of gain. It's the planet of loss as well too. There's a lot of things that happen with Saturn. Saturn is about, making things small. So where you're looking at this big picture and you're saying like, oh, you know what, I'm just going to do this, this and that, and I'm going to get there. Saturn will come in and take that same picture and make it smaller and be like, okay, but you have all of this too. This is not the only thing in your life that you should be focusing on. Because of unhealthy reasons or whatever issues that we have, we tend to focus on certain things in our life more than we do with on other things. Like, say you have a project that you're working on, and you should be focusing your time on that. Instead, you're focusing on hanging out with friends and then going out and doing this. When all of that, I'm not saying it's something wrong with hanging out with friends and going out and doing your thing, but you have to discipline it. You have to pick maybe 2 nights out to 2 nights out of the week to go out and have fun. The rest of the week to work on your project. So Saturn teaches you that basically. So it kind of says to you, look, you're not a kid anymore. You need to grow the fuck up, and this is the time now. So a lot of times, people who do birth charts, people who are astrologers, I know my family, in a sense, we follow astrology a lot. We always make a joke and say, it's better to marry after 30 or after 27, 28, because that's where your Saturn return is happening, and it's making you grow up. Because because if you might get married before that, you don't even know who you are, to be honest with you. You're just now finding yourself, and it's not fair. I feel, this is my opinion, I think a person should already be found and that get found by someone else who's already found themselves. Two people who find themselves, who know who they are, will have a better chance at a good relationship than one person still searching for themselves, and the other one is kind of like they're also looking for themselves. So what I'm trying to say is, two incomplete people cannot make a whole. No, two whole people will make a whole. And that's what Saturn does. It reminds you. It comes in and it says, like, what are you lacking? What is it that you need to work towards? So if you are going through your Saturn return right now, the best advice is to let go of things that are not serving you. If you are having issues and problems in a certain area, evaluate it. I'm not going to say you should end everything, because there's some things that are good that come in Saturn return. Like, you could lose a job but then get placed at another job, and that's the job that you actually stay there for the next 10, 20 years. You could actually break up with someone and meet someone else with that, and that someone else that you meet, you end up being with them for the next 20, 30 years. That's the beauty of Saturn, where it will take something away, but it will prep you up for something better, right? So in a way, it's kind of saying that, what gets taken away does get replaced by something stronger, sturdier, better, durable. Because what you're dealing with right now may not be strong, sturdy, and durable, Saturn is not going to let you move forward on faulty grounds. It's going to make sure that your foundation is set up correctly for you. So a lot of people get scared. A lot of people freak out when they hear Saturn return is happening, or, this and that. I would say, honestly, like I said, the best advice, don't fight it, utilize it. And then just, kind of reflect back to when you were 12, 13 years old, and who you were then, compared to who you are when you're 26, 27. Also, another thing, I would say, find someone older than you, who has their Saturn return, someone who's 35. And ask them, how was your life? Or what was going on in your life when you went through your Saturn return? I went through my Saturn return in between 2009 and 2000, I think it was 10, 11, from 2009 to 2010, 11. A lot of things changed for me. I moved back home. My job changed. I was working at a place for a very long time. I lost it. Where I had to start a new routine. I had to start somewhere else. But this is what Saturn does. During my time, Saturn in Libra, 2009 and 2011, I had no idea what a Saturn return was. Now I know what it is, and I'm just like, if only I had guidance then to help me maneuver my life, God, it would have been so much easier. Half the shit I did, I probably wouldn't have done. I probably would have been like, But you can't sit there and regret it, because if I didn't learn then, Saturn's teaching me now, you know? And that's the beauty of it. If you don't show up for class, or if you don't understand the lesson, it will be repeated. Just better pray that that lesson is good, because sometimes these lessons that get repeated are not fun. It's kind of like you just want to bypass it. Like, all right, can I just get out of this fucking class already? But no, overall, Saturn return is a positive thing, very positive thing. Now looking back at it, I can say that I'm turning 38 next month, and I'm actually proud of who I am, and where, you know, I'm standing in life right now. Who I am, what I believe in, the things that I'm working on. When I was 27, I had no idea that I would be where I am today. The plan that I had at that age drastically and dramatically changed. The things I used to believe in changed. Everything that was taught to me just didn't apply anymore. I just, and you know what it is? I saw the world differently. It's like I saw the world in a very different sense, in a different manner. Instead of thinking that everything is against me, I started seeing that everything is actually for me. So that's what Saturn return does. It's a beautiful thing if you let it happen. It's gonna happen anyway, so you're gonna have to let it happen. But no, if you guys have any stories on your Saturn return to help the other guys out here, I'd really appreciate if you could comment down below. Like I said, it's a lot of major things. Major things happen. Major things happen. Life changing events happen. Yeah, major. I'm like thinking right now. I used to drive an X3, and it was like my dream car. Like I was fortunate enough to have my dream car at 25. As soon as I turned 27, the car's head gasket blew. That's because I never changed the oil. We're not going to talk about that though. But now I have a Honda Civic, and I changed that oil on the dot. So what did Saturn return teach me? Take care of my things, and my things will take care of me. Now, God bless my new car. It's still my new car. The car that I have, I've had it for 7 years. And God bless that. She's been everywhere with me. You know, I take care of her. She takes care of me. And just like, you know, everything else in life, like I was referring back to, I used to work for this place for about 12 years, and all of a sudden the school shut down, you know. Saturn knew I wasn't going to leave because I love that job so much. But after that job, I started working with children, because that's where I needed to be. And I'm still working with children. See that? Now I'm 38, still working with children. Started working with children at 29. So yeah, a lot of things will happen, you know. So take a moment, sit down and think about it. And like I said, you know, those of you who have already had their Saturn returns, it would be very nice, and I would be very grateful if you could, you know, share below your experiences, so we can help our guys out that are going through it now, like I said before. Because the ones that are going through it now, I don't want you guys to feel alone. I want you guys to understand that just flow. Be like water and just flow, and you'll be fine. You'll get out of it. Again, if you are a stubborn person and you have a hard time letting go of things, it's not going to be easy. No. Best thing to do around this time period of your life is to be very mutable, be very changing, be very malleable, be teachable, because then you can expand. You know, you will see your own expansion in front of you. If you're very closed off, you know, you think a certain way, you feel that, you know, that, oh, this is it, end all, be all, I don't need to move forward, this is everything for me. For those type of individuals who don't want to change their, you know, thinking, or, you know, they don't want to clear out their negative behavior or their negative pattern, it's going to be a little tougher for you guys. It just being really honest. Because, you know, everybody knows if you're swimming against the current, it's harder. It takes so much energy to swim against the current, but when you actually let the current take you, you don't really have to do much. Just, it's kind of like floating, and it feels good, feels amazing. So yeah, that's what Saturn return is about. It's about coming in, helping you utilize and become resourceful, help you see things that you did not see before, help you evaluate things. I'm trying to see what else. It's like a, it's like an exercise. It's like an exercise in growth that Saturn does for you. So the good thing is all your friends are going through it. So you guys can share your stories together. Yeah, guys, if you're going through your Saturn return, also comment down below. Just remember your friends are going through it too, because everybody, like I said, from 1988 to 1991 is going through their Saturn return. So you might hear a lot of people getting married, a lot of people having kids, moving, buying homes, settling down. Again, I hate that word, settle down. Finding the people that they feel that they need to be with. No one should settle down. Settling down is bad. Settling down means that you got bored and you just took whatever was there. Or you're bored and you're taking whatever's there. But yeah, no, a lot of people's careers are going to take off. A lot of people's careers are going to kind of dub off. But that's only if it's good for you or not. If it's good and it serves your greatest, you know, and highest good, it will work out. What else? I'm trying to see if I covered everything. Yeah, so pretty much it helps you declutter a lot of things. A lot of things will be put into perspective for you. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video of me talking about the Saturn return. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to message me or leave a comment in the bottom below. I'm going to leave a link that shows you when your Saturn return comes around, or when it's going to happen. I have a whole calendar of when Saturn return happens, or every time Saturn moves from a different house to a different house. It'll give you a layout of if you had your Saturn return or not, or if you're going to have your Saturn return soon. Again, it's all about growing up, being prosperous, being healthy and wealthy, and it's all about living a good life. You know, I know it's corny to say this, but definitely live your best life. It's the only thing you can do. And Saturn actually sets you up for the next coming years to be able to live your best life. So don't knock Saturn. Instead, be grateful and be appreciative of it. Alright? So guys, I will see you next time. It's your girl Nosh. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you leave a comment. And I'll see you guys soon, alright? Bye.